Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay, Top Down Shop, because we're going to be focusing on hardware for two of my favorite devices right now, believe it or not. The Surface Duo obviously is just one of my favorite devices, and then I have the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2 that I've been using for about 5 days, going on 5 days I think. So had this since launch, had this for almost a week. Love them both. Primary SIM cards in here now because obviously I had to switch it to give you some kind of review phase on this one, and have my secondary SIM in this device here. So let's look at hardware in this video. So we'll start with the Z Fold 2. This hardware is kind of the same. We knew what we were getting with this hardware when we first seen the announcement and everything. So let's focus on that for a second. So folded, this device is fairly thick. It is 16.8 millimeters, and just in real world, it's a thick phone. It's two phones folded, connected by a hinge, which the same thing is going to be said about the Duo, but we'll take a look at that in a second. Two phones, two full-size phones, basically connected by a hinge. And this isn't a good or a bad thing, but reality is this is a thick phone. You've got a speaker on top and you've got a speaker on the bottom, and they're both on the same display, which is this front display. On this side here, you have a fingerprint reader, which doubles as a power button, and then the volume rockers here. On the back, you've got this camera module there. I took off my half case, just so you know, I've got more half cases coming. So you've got a microphone up here, and then you've got a microphone down here, and the Type-C port is there. And on the front, obviously, you have this 6.2-inch, 25:9 aspect ratio device screen on the front, which is absolutely beautiful. I really enjoyed this front display. I've been getting way more use out of it than I thought I would. But then when you open this up, you have got a 7.6-inch display. Now this is a foldable dynamic 2x capacity touchscreen. So basically it's a 120 hertz, and the resolution when you have it open is 1768 by 2208, which is 376 pixels per inch. For those that are really excited about that, basically, if you have an iPad mini, take the screen off and then put a thin bezel around it, and here's what you have. So this is pretty much the same size as an iPad mini. Now, I predominantly use a device like this all the time. 90% of the time, I have the device open like this. Like literally, this is the best way I like to use this device. I love having it open, and it doesn't bother me at all. This is Samsung's version of their folding device. Now we do have 5 cameras on here. You've got 3 on the back, 1 in the center of the screen there when you open it, and you've got another one out here when it's open. Oh, when it's closed, I'm sorry. So this is the front camera right there, and then when I open this up, you can see the other camera right there, and then on the back there's 3 more cameras. So you have a wide, ultra wide, and then the last one, what is the last camera on here? Is it a telephoto? Yes, a telephoto. They're all 12 megapixels, so they're good to go. So this is the hardware, and we're focusing on hardware for these devices. This is a fairly thin device when it's open. Fairly thin when it's open. I love the brushed aluminum look around the edges of this device. I really like this black brushed aluminum around the edges. This just looks fantastic. It looks great. I really like this brushed aluminum look. So that is the physical hardware for the Galaxy Z Fold 2. 256 gigs of storage on both of these devices, no SD card on either one of them. So now we switch gears to the Surface Duo, a new device, a new innovative device. This is a whole new look at having a clamshell or foldable top style device. Super thin, folks, and this hinge is unlike the hinge on the Galaxy Z Fold. This hinge is very functional because I can go all the way back around this way, 360. So as we fold this one open here, this one has two smaller screens, but you have a bigger display overall. You have 8.1 diagonal. Now this resolution is actually higher than the Galaxy Z Fold 2. This is 1800 by 2700, which gives me 401 pixels per inch, and this also is an AMOLED capacitive display. Now the difference is this is 3x2. So this is a little, it's going to be more here because you have these larger bezels, and then these are 5.6 inch displays. You have two 5.6 inch displays. Now some people frown on this type of display, but we'll talk about that in a second. So since I have it open, there's just one camera on this one, and it is an 11 megapixel right here. That's it. It's a wide angle, and that's it. Now on this side of the device, you have a volume rocker, a power button, and a fingerprint reader. The fingerprint reader on this one obviously is separate from the power button, unlike the Samsung. Nothing anywhere else on here, just a Type-C port. And I gotta tell you, when you open this thing up, look at how thin this device is. It is the size and thickness of a Type-C port, just a hair bigger. That's incredible innovation. That is incredible innovation. And the fingerprint reader is fast. I've seen some people say that it was slow. I don't think it's slow. I think it's pretty fast, to be honest. So with both of these open, here is the canvas. This is what you get. I have an LED light, so that's why you see that little bright light. If I tilt a little bit, you can kind of see the LED light goes away. But there's also a matte screen protector on this one as well. And I'll be upgrading to matte on my Z Fold 2 shortly. But this is the canvas that you're working with. Now I actually edit videos, Power Director, on both of these devices, and both are fantastic. They're both fine. It's a little bit more comfortable editing on this device because there's nothing dividing it. So the phone sometimes thinks that I have, well, I do have two displays, and sometimes it recognizes it that way. So let's crank brightness. Let's crank brightness all the way up. Now remember, I have a matte screen protector on there, so that's going to be different. I also have different wallpapers. But if we look here, over video, you can't tell very much difference. They're both AMOLED displays. Now if I were to put the same wallpaper on here, you might see a little difference. I think what you might notice is that they're just a hair off. Now the resolution on the Z Fold 2 is a lot higher. The Surface Duo is a lot higher, and so things viewed on here look really, really good, and I'm surprised. So, but we're talking about just hardware in this video, so I can put the Surface Duo in plenty of different positions, and I can do that on the Fold 2. I can do this. Both of these can go in this orientation. This one can go here. This one can go here. I like watching videos like this mode with it facing me. So basically like this. I like to watch videos like that. So, but this device can fold all the way around. So with the Fold, I have to put a video on the smaller display, and that's a disadvantage. That's a disadvantage. So this device can go into tint mode, and then the Fold can go into tint mode. It can do tint mode too. You just have to watch on a smaller display. That's the disadvantage. So seeing as though both of these can show, they have, this technically has an external display. It's right here. This is your external display. If I can get it to show the way I want to. This is your external display by just keeping the device open. And when you flip it around, it'll switch to this side if you want it to. But this is your display if you want to, because this has always on display. It also has peak mode, if you will. And I think that's pretty cool. So if I send myself a message or something like that, or you just want to see something, you'll see it down inside of here. Like, see, there's some Instagram stuff in there that I didn't even know I had. So when it comes to hardware, this is kind of a toss-up for me because I think this is solid hardware. And let's be clear, I like this hardware better than the Z Fold. However, when I do fold, I enjoy this display better because it's full. And this display has a thing down the center that it doesn't bother me. But if I'm just being honest, this just looks better. It's you can't see the seam, and you can see the crease sometimes if you're looking for it, but you don't even notice it after using it for a while. After a few minutes with the Z Fold, you won't notice that crease. I promise you. I wouldn't lie to you. But for me, I think the Surface Duo has the better hardware. Now, I do have a skin on here. And if I take this skin off, the Surface Duo feels even more premium, because this skin here is for cosmetic. I like the way it looks, and it also has grip. Now, a disadvantage to both of these devices is there's not a lot of cases, so we're forced to use what we can. And right now, it's the Microsoft bumper, which you can see. I kind of got tired of using it, took it off. And for Samsung, I've ordered some very expensive cases. One of them has already gone up live on the channel. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on. And it's just half a leather case that they so graciously blessed us with. This is it, folks. I can never just look at this without laughing, folks. I think it's comical. You know what I'm saying? This is hilarious that Samsung would even do this, man. This is just stupid. Like, why wouldn't they just make the other half? That's just dumb. Nonetheless, this is what I'm rocking with right now. So I feel like the advantage for hardware definitely goes to the Surface Duo, because the Surface Duo, you can actually close it all the way up if you want to. You can just close it. It folds all the way around, which is just incredible. This is super nice. I really enjoy it. So with that being said, yeah, the Surface Duo to me has the better hardware, feels way more premium. It just feels good. This hinge, oh man, dude, this hinge is so good. This hinge is crazy. For those that have the Duo, don't you just love this device? Man, this thing is crazy. I just really love this hardware. It's personal preference. Yeah, this is a lot wider. So when it comes to making phone calls, this is a lot. This is very uncomfortable. This, on the other hand, man, I bang out phone calls holding this all the time. When it comes time to hold a phone and make a phone call, yeah, the Z Fold wins. Now, I like the overall hardware of the Surface Duo better. That's the truth. But when you open it up and when it comes time to fold, the fold actually is just way more beautiful when you're looking at it. Let's just be honest. There's way more functionality to the fold when you're using the cameras as well. So when you fold the camera, like if I start the camera up here and then I fold it instantly, you see how I got a different view? Look at that. I got a completely different view. And the viewfinder is up top. I'm trying to get it away from my LED. The viewfinder is up top. That's super cool. That is crazy, right? That's just ridiculous. I can turn on both sides with this device. I can turn on this display while I'm recording with this camera. So if I'm recording someone, they can see what I see. There's a lot more advantages for folding when it comes to the camera with this device than it is with the actual Surface Duo. Now, the Surface Duo having only one camera, I could only imagine how well this one will do next year. Now, some of us are willing to wait. Some of you guys are not willing to wait. I understand. For those that might jump in and say, well, is this good enough? $1,700, whatever you pay for it, Jay. Yeah, no. Neither one of these phones are worth. I don't feel. How do I say it? They're both premium devices, but I thought this device was going to be priced at $1,000. Which probably would sell like hotcakes, obviously. And I thought this device was going to be $1,799. So they both came in a little bit higher than I thought they were. Yes, I still have them, but you all know I got a good deal on this one. No deal on this one. No deal on this one. No deals. You can do a trade-in and get about $700 off, but yet no deal on this one. Trade-in on this one, plus credits, plus government discount. $972. I hate to keep bragging on that, but $972 out the door with this leather case. That's why I'm not really tripping on this leather case's price, because I technically didn't really buy it at that price. But $972 out the door for this is a killer deal, folks. This phone is awesome. Wait until you see my follow-up on this. Oh, it has, the Surface beats out the Z Fold in a few areas. And you'll see that video. I've been taking notes. I haven't actually filmed that video yet, but I've been taking notes back and forth because I'm actually using these devices. So you will see that video, and you're probably going to already point out the things that I'm going to like about this device over this device, and vice versa, and this device over this. You're going to probably know what they are right away. So I say to you, for those that are concerned about getting the Z Fold or the Surface Duo, I know a lot of you guys aren't in a position to where you want to dump that cash like that, but I could just tell you that either one of these that you pick up, you should be fairly happy with either one of them. Over here, you're going to feel like you're a part of a clique and an exclusive club of something that's so new and so different. It's going to make you feel good about your purchase. Honestly, it will. You'll feel good about this purchase. You will. You'll feel good about this purchase. When you buy this and you do that first fold open, you're going to be in awe. Now, there is software updates that need to be done. This is, Lord, as I was getting ready to do that, there's software updates that are on the Surface Duo that are going to need to make this device run better, and that's just a thing. It's going to have to happen. They're going to have to do it because this device is good. It's just the software. It's lacking in a few areas, not every area. So yeah, I think hardware though. Let's stick to topic. Stick on topic, Jay. Stick on topic. Hardware wise, I definitely prefer the Surface Duo as a complete hardware field, but when I open it up, the inner screen definitely goes to the Z Fold. Now, the Z Fold isn't bad hardware. I just think this hardware is so different, and the hands is so unique and eclectic and so sturdy and so strong. I know this is plastic around the edges, but there's metal in this device, and not that that really matters to me, but look at the difference in the thickness of these things, man. So, it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video. And yeah, lengthy video, but smartphoneconversations.com. That's the plug. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit those links in the description to get discounts on this device and Samsung store items. I think I have a 5% code down there, and that's something that's offered to everybody. If you don't, there's nothing special from Samsung. I just signed up for the reward program, and lots of you guys have used that link. So get your 5% off of accessories, the device, whatever you can use that 5% for. And there's also a ton of other codes and stuff down there and discounts in the description. One more earbuds, OnePlus, Samsung, a whole bunch. Sophie Guard, just hit them up, man. Get your discounts on because I'm all about those discounts. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.